for them.
One regiment of New Jersey troops played a key part in the repulse of Pickett's charge, and that was the 12th New Jersey, whom we have already heard about. Because after burning the Bliss Farm, they retreated to their own lines, and this would have been about 11 o'clock in the morning of July 3rd, and took their position in line. And their position in line was immediately to the right of the area that was the exact point of the Confederate attack. No Confederate troops broke through the area that was being held by the 14th Connecticut and the 2nd New Jersey and the 111th New York. They were all in line together.
The three-day battle ended after the Union line held back a charge of Confederates that extended over 1 mile long. This is described by Ellis Hamilton of the 15th New Jersey, who wrote, "This afternoon, July 3rd, the enemy made a charge the whole length of the line with a view to ascertain our weak point. In front of our brigade was an iron battery, and a whole rebel brigade attempted to charge it and take it, but as they came over a plain of about 500 yards, they were so cut up that they turned and ran, leaving about 2/3 of their men on the field. The next morning, we went out on the battlefield and picked up all the arms we could find. I tell you, it was a sickening sight to see the dead men lying there, all bloated up, with faces as black as ink, and pools of blood lying all around the ground." After the defeat of the Confederate Army, the once little-known town of Gettysburg now would be known as a turning point in American history. As we visit this national military battlefield today, we remember that out of the 167,000 men who fought on this land, 35,000 were killed or wounded. 35,000 men in 3 days. Americans fighting Americans and brother fighting brother in only one of many tragic battles of the Civil War. After Pickett's charge, Lee was forced to return his army to Southern soil. If it were not for the ultimate sacrifices of our New Jersey troops, the outcome could have been quite different. But there is another link to New Jersey and the Battle of Gettysburg. Several thousand Confederate prisoners were taken to a military prison known as Fort Delaware. Conditions there were horrendous, and over 2,000 Confederate soldiers died as prisoners of war. These Confederates, many taken prisoner at the Battle of Gettysburg, were buried on New Jersey soil in Finn's Point National Cemetery. Reading each man's name on their monument makes you feel sorry that each could not have been buried in their own home states.
I think Gettysburg is a place that will always be famous in American history, and the reason for that is, I think, varied. Obviously, the battle makes it famous. It's the largest battle fought during the war, 170,000 armed men fighting against each other for 3 days. It is the bloodiest battle fought during the American Civil War. By the time it's over, about almost a third of those men, 51,000, would end up being killed, wounded, or captured. So 51,000 men makes it the bloodiest battle of the Civil War. It also comes right in the middle of the war, and it's a great Union victory that literally gives the northern states new hope that they can win. They had been so unsuccessful during the first 2 years of the war. If the Union Army had lost this battle, it's very possible that Lincoln would have been forced to sue for peace and grant the South its independence. So it literally saved the Union, gave the North new hope they could fight on and actually win the war. So thus it becomes later on known as the turning point. Some refer to the Battle of Gettysburg as the high watermark of the Confederacy. Their strength began to wane after this battle. The other reason Gettysburg is very famous and should be remembered, of course, is Abraham Lincoln's visit to Gettysburg 4.5 months after the battle. He comes here to help dedicate the Soldiers' National Cemetery, and during that ceremony he would deliver what he was asked to deliver, a few appropriate remarks. He wasn't the main speaker, but of course the Gettysburg Address became one of the most famous speeches in American history, and I've literally had international visitors come to Gettysburg not realizing a battle had been fought here. The reason they came was because they wanted to see where Lincoln delivered the Gettysburg Address. And the Gettysburg Address is a timeless speech that will always, hopefully, carry the same importance it carries today in telling us why democracies are worth fighting for, and why the sacrifices that Americans make in the end are justify the sacrifices. The causes are worth saving.
When the order was given, we charged across an open plain into a hailstorm of rebel balls and shells. Men were struck down as if by a great scythe, like grass in haying season. And it was there that Father was struck. He was at my side during the charge when I suddenly heard him groan. Just then I looked over and saw Father fall to the ground, his uniform soaked with his blood. On the battlefield I took off belts and clothes, and with my Bowie knife I took the ball out, as it was located near the surface under his cartridge box. I have it now in my pocket. I helped carry Father off the field and stayed with him until he died. Father knew he was going to die, and he was brave and calm. I wish that I could have done much more for Father. He said that he was prepared to die and that he had done his duty. He was alert until the end, and he gave me some good advice. He told me to be a brave soldier, and then he died in my arms, and he now rests in peace with thousands of other brave soldiers.
We'll rally round the flag, boys, rally once again, shouting the battle cry of freedom. And we'll rally from the hillsides, we'll gather from the plain, shouting the battle cry of freedom. The Union forever, hurrah, boys, hurrah! Down with the traitor and up with the star. We'll rally round the flag, boys, rally once again, shouting the battle cry of freedom.
And fulfill the vacant ranks with 1,000,000 freemen more, shouting the battle cry of freedom.
The Union forever.
Well, actually, I don't enjoy the sweating. Believe me, I don't enjoy sleeping out for 3 or 4 nights in this kind of heat. But I guess the satisfaction is doing an event like this, where the men you portray actually fought and died, makes it all worthwhile. You're commemorating what they did. You're making it such that people never forget the sacrifice that they made. And I think that's the general feeling of everybody that's in this hobby. And they'll put up with the porta-johns and the heat and everything else in order to do an accurate portrayal.
Well, we thank you for what you do to keep history alive. Thanks for joining History Hunters. Hi, we're filming a local access television show called History Hunters. We're on in New Jersey. We're doing an episode on New Jersey troops at Gettysburg. Wanted to see what you guys thought of New Jersey troops.
Lynch them just like all the rest of them.
Put your hammer on, Joe.
Shoot them dead just as much as any Ohio or New York, Pennsylvania troops.
They all die the same.
Yeah, the Yankees. Just the same.
Yankee scum.
We don't give them no mercy. I never heard of.
You never heard of New Jersey troops? The New Jersey boys?
No, he ain't never heard of New Jersey.
New Jersey, what do you think? You got no love for New Jersey? Yeah, you're a northern. Yeah. Don't know.
Well, thank you. We wish you guys luck. Thank you very much.
I think we're going to eat it.
Tough one today.
I can't distinguish one Yankee troop from another Yankee troop because I only see the backs of their heads as they're running away.
Well, they're just as blue as anybody else. It didn't matter where they're from. As long as we shot at them, they kept on running. That was fine with us.
Wasn't much more than a color line, but we pulled back, right?
Yep.
You know, he goes to college, folks, okay?
Well, I needed a new uniform, and the fellow who was wearing it didn't need it anymore. So I appropriated it. And it keeps me warm in the wintertime. It's summertime now, but still need my uniform. So.
Get all that. Don't put the brake on. Yeah, let's go. Oh my God, Joe! Joe!
I got it.
Joe!